So I've had the Amex Platinum card for 1 year now, and in this video, I wanted to share my honest thoughts with you guys about it. Now, I'm not just gonna do a normal review going over all the details and other numbers related to this card, but I'm actually just gonna share my real world experience after using this card for 1 year. Oh yeah, and I also decided to do a card design change to one of the new art-inspired Amex Platinum cards designed by Julie Muretu, so be on the lookout for some footage of that, because honestly, it is an abstract looking card, but it's kind of growing on me. Now, I'm a very normal, average 26-year-old guy who lives pretty minimally. I like to travel a few times per year, and I really thought that the Amex Platinum card would line up pretty well with my lifestyle based on all the credits and benefits that it has, which we'll get into later on in this video. But after a pretty unexpected year in 2021 with a lot of things going on in my life, like a job change, moving to a new town, and even starting this YouTube channel, I didn't really use this card exactly the way that I thought I would. So hopefully talking about how the Amex Platinum card does or does not live up to my expectations in the real world will be helpful to anyone out there that's watching this video and also considering applying for this popular premium travel credit card. Okay, so as always, let's just get right into the video here. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't already to help support the channel. But let's get started by going back to February of 2021 when I wanted to apply for this card to go over exactly what my reasoning was for applying. Now, I gotta say that the welcome bonus was what sold me on getting this card in the first place, because at the time that I applied, the welcome bonus offer was for 100,000 membership rewards points after spending $5,000 on this card in the first 6 months of having it. And since Amex has a rule where you're technically only eligible to get one welcome bonus on each individual American Express credit card once per lifetime, I knew that I wanted to take advantage of this record high welcome bonus. And at the very worst, since the annual fee was $550 at the time that I applied for this card, I knew that those 100,000 points, valued conservatively at 1 cent per point, was going to be worth at a minimum $1,000, so I would come out ahead in year 1 no matter what, and I could always close the card in year 2 if I wanted to. But on top of that great offer, American Express was also offering 10x membership rewards points per dollar spent at US gas stations and grocery stores for the first 6 months of having this card. Those are two very valuable spending categories for me and for most people out there. So after matching up all the credits and benefits of this card to my lifestyle, it seemed like it was going to be a no-brainer to apply, so I applied and got approved instantly. Now back to present day, looking back on that, there's a few things that I want to note that I did not anticipate back then. First, as many of us know, back in July of 2021, American Express decided to increase the annual fee on the Platinum card from $550 per year all the way up to $695 per year, which was not something that I expected, although they did add some other credits and benefits that allowed me to continue to justify the cost of having this card. And second, what I thought was a record high welcome bonus of 100,000 points at the time that I applied has now been increased all the way up to 125,000 points and even as high as 150,000 points for select targeted offers. So my 100,000 point bonus was not as high as it actually could have been if I had just waited a few more months to apply, although I will say that by getting 10x points per dollar at gas stations and grocery stores for 6 months, that proved to be very valuable to me, because on average I'm probably spending around $500 per month combined at gas stations and grocery stores. So when you multiply that by 6 months, that's $3,000 worth of spending times 10x points per dollar. That is going to be 30,000 bonus membership rewards points on top of 100,000 points as the base welcome bonus offer. So overall combined, 130,000 points as an overall welcome bonus is very good, and I'll gladly take that. Now next, let's talk about all the credits and benefits that come with the Amex Platinum card and how I actually used those credits and benefits in the real world over the past year, and whether or not those things actually met or fell short of my expectations. So the first thing that we see on the American Express Platinum card's website is going to be the newer $200 hotel credit, and that is actually a credit that I was able to use back in July when my girlfriend and I did a little bit of a staycation here in my home city of Philadelphia. Now this hotel credit is only going to apply to certain nicer and slightly more expensive hotels that are a part of the American Express Hotel Collection or the Fine Resorts and Hotel Collection, which you have to book through American Express. But we wanted to stay at a nicer hotel anyway with a convenient location, so we ended up picking a place called the Logan, which is a part of the hotel collection. We got a good price for it, so we managed to get the full value of that $200 hotel credit. Plus, on top of that, as a part of the hotel collection, by booking 2 consecutive nights at this hotel, we got a $100 on-site credit to be used anywhere at any restaurants or bars on the hotel property. So one of those mornings we wanted to get brunch, we just went downstairs to the nice restaurant on the ground level floor. We were able to get the entire cost of that brunch covered plus tip and all that, so that was actually really nice. In total, we ended up paying $544.60 for the 2-night stay, then minus the $200 hotel credit, the $100 credit from brunch, and $27.23 from earning 5x points valued at 1 cent per point for booking that hotel. Our total net cost was only $217.37, which is not bad at all for such a nice hotel for 2-night stay. Okay, then next for the digital entertainment credit, you're gonna get $20 per month to spend on eligible purchases with SiriusXM, the New York Times, Audible, and Peacock. So that is going to be $20 per month times 12 months per year for a potential of $240 of value with this credit. Now, I already was paying for and using Audible because I love listening to audiobooks and podcasts as I'm doing chores around my house or as I'm driving around or other things like that. So I was paying $15.85 per month for Audible, but now I'm just getting reimbursed for that with this digital entertainment credit. But I was not already paying for any of those other services that are covered by this credit. Maybe in the future I'll subscribe to Peacock. That way I can watch reruns of my favorite show of all time, The Office. But for now, I'm just gonna value this credit at $190.20, which is $15.85 times 12 months for the whole year. I'm not going to value it at the full $240. Then there's a $155 credit for Walmart Plus, which covers the monthly membership fee of $12.95. That's not something that I personally use, but maybe some of you watching this will value that. I do just want to note here though that Walmart advertises on its website that the cost of Walmart Plus is only $98 per year for the entire year if you pay up front, compared to $155 per year if you pay $12.95 per month, which is what is covered by this credit. So if you're going to value this credit and compare it to the cost of having the Amex Platinum card, I would only value the credit at $98 instead of $155, if that makes sense. Next, let's talk about the Global Lounge Collection, which gives you access to certain airport lounges, which I have not used as much as I originally expected, at least not yet, so let me explain. So with the Platinum card, one of the main reasons why people like to get this card in the first place is because it gives you access to certain airport lounges, like the famous Amex Centurion Lounge, Delta Sky Clubs, Priority Pass lounges, and a few others too. But after 1 year of having the Amex Platinum card, I still have not gone to or used any of these airport lounges yet, giving me no additional value. And there's really two main reasons why I have not yet taken advantage of any of these lounges. First, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I had a lot of changes going on in my life throughout 2021, and one of those changes took place in March when I switched jobs just 1 month after getting the Platinum card. And as many of you know, sometimes when you start a new job, you can't take any paid days off for a certain period of time. So I started accruing all these PTO days, but I couldn't actually take any of those days until around the middle of the summer. Then when I was finally able to start using some of those PTO days, it was the summertime and I just wanted to go to the beach. So I would drive an hour and a half to 2 hours away to go stay with my family at the Jersey Shore, or I would drive all the way up to Massachusetts to stay on Cape Cod with my girlfriend and her family. By the time that I was able to take off from work to go fly somewhere, it was already October in 2021 when we went on a trip to Chicago. But the only problem there is with airport lounges, Chicago O'Hare does not have any Centurion lounges at that airport, and Philadelphia International, where I fly out of for most of my flights, they do have a Centurion lounge, but we were leaving at 6 a.m. and the Centurion lounge only opens at 5:30 a.m. That's actually something that I haven't heard too many people talk about with airport lounge access, which is the fact that if you fly early, you're not always going to be able to access these airport lounges. For me personally, I would rather have my flight be pretty early. That way I can get to my destination early as well and go explore and do new things there. Otherwise, I'm just sitting around at an airport in a lounge, which is cool, but you're not able to do as much as if you were in a new location. So just be aware of that when you're going to these airport lounges and booking your flight times. If you book those flights pretty early, pretty often, you're not always going to be able to go and take advantage of those airport lounges. Another cool reason why I wanted to get the Amex Platinum card in the first place was because not only would it give me access to those Centurion lounges, but I could also bring along a free guest such as my girlfriend, because whenever we're traveling together, we could go there ahead of time, get some free food or drinks or something like that. But unfortunately, starting in 2023, Amex announced that they're going to charge $50 for an additional guest to the Centurion lounge. That's a little bit too much for me, so I'll probably pass. I get why they're doing it. I've heard that those lounges do get overcrowded, but still, it wasn't something that I expected when I originally got this card. So anyway, my point is that life in the real world is unpredictable, and even though benefits like lounge access might sound good on paper, you never know how much you're gonna use them sometimes. Okay, now next, for the Uber credit, you're gonna get $15 per month and $35 in the month of December to use towards Uber rides and Uber Eats, for a total potential value of $200 with this credit. So for me lately, I've been valuing these Uber credits at about 50% or $100 per year instead of $200 per year, because while I do find myself using Uber rides or Uber Eats at least once per month, it doesn't always work out that way. So for example, just last weekend, for the last few days of January, my girlfriend and I were gonna go down to Miami to stay at a nice Hyatt hotel that we used by booking it with Chase points that we transferred over to Hyatt. We wanted to get away from all the cold winter weather here in Philly by going down to Florida just for a short weekend trip, so I saved up all of my Uber credits that I had for the month of January with $15 for my Amex Platinum and $10 as a credit for my Amex Gold card as well. I saved them up because I figured I'd be able to use them to get to and from the airport in Miami, or at least to get around town as well. But of course, there ended up being some cold and windy weather that was rolling through Miami and the rest of Florida that weekend. That was dropping temperatures down to the 50s, so there's no point in sitting on the beach in that type of weather. So at the last minute, we called and rescheduled the trip for later on in the year. Unfortunately, since I had saved up all those Uber credits to be used in Miami, I actually forgot about them because it was the end of the month and I got busy, so all the credits did not get used and they went to waste. So because things like that can happen and some months are going to be easier than others to use those Uber credits, I decided that it's just best to write off 50% of the value right there, value the credits at $100 per year instead of $200 per year. Next, there's a $200 airline incidental fee credit that I was able to use to upgrade my seat and my girlfriend's seat on our flights to Chicago. We upgraded those seats from general economy on United to economy plus, which allowed us to have more legroom, which was nice for me. And personally, I really do value things like this a lot because I'm tall and sometimes I just need that extra legroom for some longer flights. So to me, $200 as an airline incidental fee credit is going to be easy value for me to get every year from this card. Okay, then for the $300 Equinox credit, which is going to be split up into $25 credits per month, that is only going to partially offset a little bit of an Equinox monthly gym membership if you live in a big city where an Equinox gym club is already there. But for me, I just pay $35 per month for a normal local gym that I can go to whenever I want and it has everything that I need, so I'm not going to pay that extra money for an Equinox membership. Even though there is an Equinox location coming to Philadelphia pretty soon, I'm just going to stick to my normal gym that is much cheaper. For Saks Fifth Avenue, there's going to be a $100 credit that you get, which is split up into two $50 credits, which you get for each 6-month period for the year. And I really wasn't too sure about this credit when I first got the card. I didn't know if I was going to get enough value from shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue. But as many of you may have already seen, I actually made another video talking about how I get the full value out of the Saks Fifth Avenue credit. What I basically do is I buy a pair of shoes from the Saks website, then I resell them on an app called StockX, and I kind of break even on that sale price there. But when I buy the shoes in the first place, what I do is I wait for a special cashback offer period from an app called Rakuten, which allows me to get around 15% cashback for that purchase. So what I get to do is I pocket the difference of that cashback. I get to pocket the value of the Amex Platinum Saks credit, and therefore I'm able to get the full $100 value from that credit on the Platinum card each year, which helps me to justify the $695 annual fee. Now, another few really nice benefits of the Amex Platinum card is going to be the ability to get reimbursed with a credit for things like Clear, TSA PreCheck, and Global Entry, and these are good benefits that I just haven't gotten around to using quite yet. But there's some more reasoning for this too, because like I said, I do tend to fly pretty early in the morning, so the regular security lines at airports are not that bad that early in the day. And I also travel a lot with my girlfriend, so since she would not have those benefits, I don't want to just go through security without her. So there's good value from things like TSA PreCheck that come along with the Amex Platinum card, and it's definitely nice to have here. But there's plenty of other premium travel credit cards that offer similar benefits as well. Other than those things, some other benefits include gold status at both Marriott and Hilton, which I don't use much personally, at least lately, because I've been booking a lot of my hotel stays with points, and when you book with points, hotel status tends to not matter. Plus, I've also been booking a lot of hotel stays with Hyatt too. There's also no foreign transaction fees on the Amex Platinum card, which I know is important for a lot of people, plus some very good travel related insurances, some extended warranties, and purchase protections as well. For the card's points earning capabilities, like I said earlier in the video, I was able to use it for the first 6 months a lot on gas and groceries, where I got 10x points per dollar on those things, but lately I've hardly been using it at all in my everyday spending. Since I have so many points with Chase and American Express in those accounts, I've been using points a lot to fund my travel lately, so getting 5x points on flights and 5x points on prepaid hotels with the Platinum card is nice, but obviously those are not everyday spending categories. So usually my Platinum card is just going to be sitting in my desk drawer at home, but at least now I guess it's some sort of work of art or something like that. But I actually kind of said this already in a previous video talking about my credit card strategy for 2022, but I do anticipate that I'll be using my Platinum card more in everyday use, at least for the next few months, because in a few weeks here, I'm going to be contacting American Express and asking for a retention offer. Since American Express increased the annual fee on the Platinum card from $550 to $695 per year, that was something that was unexpected to a lot of people, including myself. So what they've been doing is they've been giving retention offers to a lot of people that ask because they don't want them to close their account. So I'll talk to their customer service and see if there's any offers that they can give me for a certain amount of points, but likely if they do offer me something, there's going to be some sort of minimum spend requirement, which is why the card will find its way back into my wallet and get more everyday use for all my purchases until I hit that minimum spend requirement. And I'll be sure to update all you guys here on this channel of what goes on with that retention offer process, and I'll make a video about that process as well. All right, now lastly here, let's add up all the value of the credits that I calculated throughout this video on the Platinum card. That way we can see whether the value of those credits exceeds the annual fee and makes the Platinum card worth it for me. So I get $200 $100 of value from the hotel credit and an extra $100 of value from the on-site credit for a hotel collection stay like I talked about before. Then I get $190.20 for a year of Audible subscriptions that I get reimbursed for, $100 of Uber credits, which I value at 50% of their potential $200 value, then $200 for the airline incidental fee credit, and $100 for the Saks Fifth Avenue credit. So that's $890.20 in total combined value from those credits compared to a $695 annual fee. So the value from those credits exceeds the annual fee by almost $200 every single year, and that's not even factoring in any of the other benefits that come with the Platinum card. Now, of course, this is just how I value those credits, and everyone out there is going to value these credits differently because we all live different lives. So the Amex Platinum card is worth it for me, but is it worth it for you? Or even if it is worth it for you, after you look at the numbers for yourself and do your own calculations, is it worth it for you to get the card in the first place because there's so much to keep track of and manage? Let me know down in the comment section below because I'm very curious to see what you have to say. If you're still thinking about it and want to consider some other credit card options as well, I'll put some other videos that I have on the screen right now where I compare the Amex Platinum card to some other very good credit card options out there. So go check those out if you want to. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Consider tapping the like button and subscribing down below if you enjoyed the video. But I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.